Thanks for joining me today. Today's lesson comes from the book of John, chapter 6, verses 1 through 15. This is a lesson about one of Jesus's miracles. Now, Jesus and his disciples had been traveling around, attracting crowds because Jesus was teaching and the people were wanting to see some of the miracles that he was performing. Well, on this particular day, Jesus and the disciples decided to cross to the Sea of Galilee to a mountain on the other side. They wanted a little bit of rest and a little bit of quiet, so they crossed over, they climbed the mountain, and when they sat down, they noticed that another crowd had started coming at the base of the mountain. So Jesus had looked to one of his disciples, Peter, and said, "Peter, the Jewish Passover festival is near, and these people are starting to get hungry. How are we going to feed them?" Well, Peter thought, and he says, "Well, Lord, if it would take half of our years of wages in order to buy enough food to feed these people." And I don't think Peter was ready to give up his money for that. So at the same time, another disciple, Andrew, had a little boy that had brought a lunch from home. So his mom packed him up a nice little lunch. And so it was probably in a basket, something like this. And well, you know what he had inside of his basket? He had 2 fish, and he had 5 loaves of barley bread. So how do they think that little bit of food was going to feed all those thousands of people that were at the base of the mountain? So Jesus took the basket, he blessed it, and he gave thanks, and then he told the disciples to go get all the empty baskets because they're going to start filling it up with the food. Well, of course, the disciples thought, there's no way all this little bit of food could fit into all these baskets. But they did what the Lord asked them to. They brought the baskets, and then the Lord Jesus started putting food into the baskets, and he told his disciples to go down the mountain and start feeding the crowds. But they thought, there's no way this food is going to feed everybody. But they did what he said again, and they went down the mountain, and by the time they got to the bottom and they started to pass out the food, the baskets were full. They were so full that they kept passing it out, and the baskets kept filling back up again with food. And at the end of the meal, everybody was full, and they had fed over 5,000 people. And so they took back the baskets that still had food in them, and they had over 12 baskets still with extra food inside. So the people that were at the base of the mountain not only got a really good meal, they got to see one of Jesus's miracles. And if they hadn't believed it before, they did now. They knew that God had sent Jesus to be the Messiah. Now, thanks for listening to my story. If you just hang on, there's going to be a song next, and I hope you enjoy that. And then afterwards, we've got our craft, and our craft today will involve food. So have fun doing it. Bye.
Today is the day for which I've been waiting. Jesus is a-preaching and I'm going there. I'm packing my lunch, it won't be empty. I'm bringing plenty so I can share. One basket, 2 fish and 5 loaves of barley bread. Now we're miles from home with nothing to eat. Listening to Jesus has been such a treat. There are thousands of people as far as I see, but the only food for miles around has come with me. Just 1 basket, 2 fish and 5 loaves of barley bread. At the feet of Jesus I lay down to share my basket, and I'm sorry that there's not more there. But Jesus just smiled. I thank you, my child, and lifting up my little lunch began his prayer. For 1 basket, 2 fish and 5 loaves of barley bread. Now the basket was bulging with fish and with bread. Something special happened by the prayer he said. When dinner was over, our bellies were full. Everyone agreed it was a miracle. For 1 basket, 2 fish and 5 loaves of
So now we come to the craft portion of our lesson. The three things you're going to need are some crescent dough sheets. If you have the triangles, you could still use those. You'll just need to mash the seams together. You'll also need some knives, like a plastic knife or a butter knife, and a pan in which to bake your crescents on. First thing you do is roll out your crescent dough. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut 3 strips of the crescent dough. I'm going to take these and pinch them together at the very top. And then I'm going to braid them. All the way down. When you finish, you want to pinch it at the end. And then pinch it in the middle and cut it in half. You can lay these on your sheet. And do that again. Make 3 more strips. Strips are about 1/2 inch wide. Put them together at the top. Pinch them together. And then we're going to twist them or braid them. Oops. There we go. And pinch it in the middle again. Have 2 more. We'll do it one more time. These are going to taste so yummy. All right, pinch it at the top. Braid it. I take the outside piece and take it in between the 2 others. This one I'm going to leave long. So now we have 5 pieces of bread. You're going to take your leftover dough and fold it in half. Here's where we're going to cut out 2 fish. I'm going to trace my pattern first, so I'll kind of know where I'm cutting. And I just made a very simple fish design. And we're cutting over this one. You pick your fish up. Oops. You can mash in the little pieces when you go to put it on your tray. And cut one more out. These are going to be some big fish. If I cut that all the way through. There we go. And again, you can pinch in any of the pieces that were a little extra long. You're going to take your tray and put it in the oven for 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when you're done, your bread's going to come out like this. Enjoy!
One basket.